under.
Well, the orientation is locked, and do we at least have sound now? This is really getting old.
You gotta figure your phone out. Your phone's messed up somehow.
Can you hear me? Do we have sound? All right, well, we got sound. But the screen's locked, and this is a brand new phone, so
It's not that brand new. We might need to get a new one.
we're going to do it like this.
Okay, we'll just talk about some of the stuff we have.
Yeah, let's do it. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't know, you know, this is an uphill battle, and it really gets old.
They're just
and I don't
fighting us.
understand
It seems like tooth and
I
nail.
didn't do anything, I didn't touch anything.
Nope, we didn't touch a word.
It's nuts, but I was talking about the border crisis and how they're not going to tell us how many's coming across the border now. DHS used to tell us, you know, how many migrants were coming across the border daily, weekly, monthly. Well, that's over now. The gates are open, they're pinned, and they're welded shut. The Biden administration opened the gates, pinned them, and welded them open. So now it's literally wide open.
So I actually want to talk about that. So this is an article I just found the other day. Actually, today. This just came out today. And we're just going to go with it raw, you guys. This is very like...
Yeah, sorry. It's just a...
So we don't really know how many actually people come across the border. But they're saying...
This isn't a new phone. I mean, it's a new phone. The same one I've been using, Jen.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep on going. So they're saying... Wait, this is the different article. Hold on. I got DHS. They're saying... so for 8 years, immigration has been like, they say every time when they keep a track of who comes across the border. And all of a sudden, those documents are like non-existent. Now they're saying as of now, they're saying 100,000 immigrants are being per month into the United States.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's what we can document, and that's what they're releasing.
I'd like to know how much it costs to house, feed, and take care of all their medical needs and all their necessities. Whatever they need, the taxpayers are funding. I want to know how much that costs per illegal. That'd be an interesting number.
I was talking to someone the other day, and you guys, I talked to so many of you guys across the United States, and I absolutely love it. And we're talking about in different states and all that kind of stuff. And you guys are telling me what you're literally seeing. You're stepping over needles. You're stepping over homeless people. You're stepping over people with drugs. I'm listening to your stories, and I'm like, how is this America? How is this possible? And I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing right now.
Well, it happened in Rome. I say that all the time, but right before Rome fell, there was a mass influx of migrants. And interestingly, they made them soldiers, and they would pay them in land and give them incentives. Just want to put that out there.
Another thing I want to talk about real quick is citizenship. So we're talking about migration and illegals and all that. So I've talked to several of you guys recently that have actually become legal citizens, and you're so proud to be part of this country. And you're like, oh my goodness, I'm standing up for what I believe. But here's an interesting thing. Chris and I have been talking about the draft lately. Remember, we've been talking about that. I don't remember ever as a woman being required to sign up as a draft. Chris did. He did. When he turned 18, didn't you have to sign up when you voted?
I had to sign up for,
You did at
what did they
18.
call that?
When you vote. When you signed up to vote, you'd sign up for a draft.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
So I just had someone contact me, and they said, and you guys help me out here, if you guys have ever seen this.
Selective service, that's right.
So a gentleman just
Thank you,
contacted
Garrett.
me today, and he said his wife, which is over 30, and he didn't give her age, but exactly, but he said she actually had to say that she would say, I would sign up for a draft. A draft, you guys. So I've never heard. You guys put it in the comments. What does she say?
Jen gave us $100. Said my money's on Stacy.
My money's on Stacy. What does that mean?
On the arm wrestling.
Oh, heck, we're going to do that. Apparently, we're going to have to do that because Tony's been on that for like months now. So you guys.
You post up here on the anvil. Then they give us $200.
So they said.
Calling us out.
Your money's on. Well, I'm going to beat your butt. And you better let me beat you. But no. So back to all seriousness. So I have never, have you heard of this when you sign up for citizenship, or if you guys are females and you reach 18 years of age that you have to sign up for draft? I didn't have to. I've never heard of that. But this she had to do. When she signed up for citizenship today, she had to do draft. What are you looking at me like that
No,
for?
I'm just looking at you.
I've not heard of that. So you guys let me know. I'm trying to follow in the comments, and it's a mess right now.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
I've heard of men when they hit 18. She was forced to. When she became a citizen, she had to say, she would say that, and I'll quote her what the guy said. He said she had to sign up that she would be okay to be a draft recipient, and he said, I didn't understand it because she was older. But she was a female, and I've never heard of that.
Just FYI, guys, I'm not very good at arm wrestling. I never have been. I've arm wrestled some guys that are really good at it, and I can tell you right now, I don't have whatever they got, because I know several of them that have never lifted a weight in their life. Break your arm.
Craig, was that you? You said, yes, Stacy, that was my wife last Thursday. Was that you? No way Smarty's Pants Stacy can beat Chris, the man, Taylor. Was that you, Craig, though, that was your wife? Because I couldn't remember because I got an email. Also, there was another one that I got something about. I want to talk about fires, too. What's going on with the different fires and all that.
I got a fire story today, actually. Let me see if I can do something with this.
Hey, you guys, get on, help us with us. Like our video.
Stand by.
We are really trying hard to bring all your stuff to us. Rest. Carlo says, Stacy will kick your butt. You better right, I will.
All right. I'll scoot in close.
Okay, I'll just lean in. I'll just lean in.
Okay, so my fire story today, I almost caught the woods on fire. But check this out. Look how easy it is to make the wrong move and not even know it. I had a fire. I cleared some land next to my property, burned a bunch of timber. It burnt down, and it was ash, and it was kind of dirty. It had some dirt in it. Had some stuff mulched, and you know that mulched wood mixes with dirt. Anyway, and it smoldered for a few days. It quit smoking 2 weeks ago. It quit smoking 2 weeks ago. So I went over there, took the tractor. It wasn't smoking. It's hard to say because it was so dusty. And I distributed it in the woods in some low areas. So I'm going about my day building my pole barn, and all of a sudden, a fire breaks out in the woods.
Did.
So it's dry as a popcorn fart here. I grabbed the tractor.
As a what?
A popcorn fart.
What the heck?
Never heard that?
Yeah. He and his
That's
sayings.
dry.
Keep
dry.
going. Popcorn fart.
Anyway, so I grabbed the tractor. It had the forks on the tractor, so I couldn't use the bucket. So I had to go change the bucket out. The woods are catching on fire. It was just a nightmare. Anyway, I dragged it out of the woods, and I got it contained, but now I have a fire, and it's a burn ban going on, and this thing is blowing smoke like, you know, nasty smoke, like a lot of it. I'm like, man, the neighbors are going to see this and call. Anyway, I took the bucket, dipped it in the water in the pond, and put it out, but that's how fast things can go awry.
Okay.
Especially when it's dry as a popcorn fart.
Okay, you guys, have you ever heard of that saying? Please let me know, because I've never heard of that saying in my entire life.
I didn't come up with
Popcorn
that.
fart?
I want to say it was a comedian. Who is the comedian that said that?
Popcorn fart. I've never heard of that.
There's a comedian that said it.
So I want to read you I want to read you right now. So this is local boots on the ground, if you want to call it that or whatever.
It's the worst fires we've had in Louisiana and Texas, I believe.
Let me find the text that I got. So it said, so this is my family. This is from my family, and they have a cabin that's in DeRidder, Louisiana, And they're like, hey, you guys, we're seeing it's totally unprecedented for Louisiana. We need rain and lots of it. Several roads and highways have been closed. Some are still closed. Please pray for rain. The fire that is between us and Texas is the biggest in the history of Louisiana. It has now burned 60,000 acres of timber. Firefighters from surrounding states and the National Guard are helping with the fire. And I actually reached out to my mom, and I was like, are you guys, because they have a cabin down there, and I was like, are you guys okay? We got another super chat. I saw that.
For Chris's popcorn farts.
You know what?
Thank you, Jim.
You know what? We're gonna do something.
I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite sayings in just a minute.
Okay, what are your favorite sayings?
Keep going.
No, you got some favorite sayings, and they're hilarious as heck. He makes me laugh daily. I'm not witty. I'm not funny. He tells me don't even tell jokes because I stink at it.
Have you ever heard of empty as last year's bird nest? Now that's as empty as last year's bird nest. And that's an old timer saying, and man, that really makes you think of how empty something could be.
Could be.
You ever seen last year's bird nest? It's pretty empty.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I'll think of some more in a minute. I got a bunch of them. They come to me all the time.
He does. He pops them out.
My grandparents had a ton of them.
What was the popcorn fart thing again?
What? What about it?
Okay, actually, we're going to
It's
give
dry. It's dry as a popcorn fart.
We're going to give away a piece of silver right now. If you're still on here with us and you managed to make it to this second
endeavored
live
to
video,
persevere.
because we've been through it. If you do hashtag popcorn fart, I'm going to find you and I'm going to send you some silver.
I don't know why. It's a big hit, I guess.
Yep, we're going to do that. All right, but I'm going to go into the next thing real quick while we're talking about that. So I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and people are...
What kind of silver are we giving away?
A Buffalo Silver Round.
Buffalo Silver Round, hashtag partner. They're starting to come on.
Popcorn-
Bring them on. Do it as many times as you want. No
popcorn
strings
fart.
attached. I would appreciate it if you'd hit the like button.
Oh, yeah,
That'd
that
be
would help
nice.
us.
On the second live stream.
Yeah, on the second
Since
live
we
stream.
got cut off.
So I've been talking to some people also about the border, and I cannot quote who they are. I cannot say specifics because they've said don't mention their name and different things like that. But you guys, they're on the boots on the ground, and they're saying that all this stuff that was put there by Trump, they are selling it off for pennies on the dollar. And they are
Scrap iron prices, probably.
Yep.
I wish I knew they were selling it.
Well, and I should put a video on Twitter where they're taking the border wall and they're actually opening it up and they're welding it where it's open. And they're literally selling the pieces of stuff off. And they're saying it's just sad. So they're literally selling off all of this stuff for a minimum of the cost of everything that we paid to purchase to get there. And
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
It's only nefarious reasons. It is only to kill the country from within. That is the way to do it. Everything they do is for that. It's no way around it. You want to give away the silver?
Yeah, but also hold on, let's see. We've got, and then we'll go into a few more articles that I have, and then I think we're done. Let's see if we can get it out. Texas also, you guys, speaking of Texas and all that and the border and all that kind of stuff, you guys, once again, the Texas electric grid operator has asked residents and businesses to conserve their energy, and this was today they came out, and they said because they are having a scorching heat wave. You guys, our electric grid is in a big issue, and I think that's an issue, and I've talked to Chris about this. We've talked about this, and a lot of people say that a lot of the fires are starting because sparks on electric grids and the fact that we are not cleaning up our wildlife and all that kind of stuff, but our electric grid is in demise. All right, let's give something away. Can you manage to do it from your phone?
Yeah. I'm going to scroll all the way down to where they started. Man, that's a lot of popcorn farts.
I like that's funny popcorn farts, you crazy man. This guy makes me laugh daily.
Pop fart. All right, we're to the
He
top.
makes me laugh.
Now I'm going to go down. All the way down.
Then go up and pick one. Pick one. Tell me which one.
Beth hit high. Man, they're still putting them in there. Where'd it go? Hang on. It's jumping on me. Beth Highfield. That was it. I put my name. There it is. Right
there it is, Beth. I see it.
Beth Highfield. Text that number if you can see it. If you can't, it's 318-564-5800. 5823.
Yep.
I've got to get a better board. That is awful.
Well, we've got to work on this because something's happening
You
with
want an ounce of silver, and we're going to pay for the shipping.
Something's happening with all
Thank
this.
you guys
All
for
right,
being
so
here and hitting the like button, doing all you do. It's awesome.
couple more things. U.S. shoppers are increasingly getting hesitant about shelling out for shoes, appliances, and non-essentials. So we've talked about this where even banks are offering, they're saying, hey, if you guys will give us your money, we're going to give you $750, $900. We've talked about all these kind of different things. Credit cards are offering incentives. They're trying all this. Well, even now retailers are offering incentives. And they're saying, hey, if you guys will buy from us, they're talking about Whirlpool took a hit. You guys look at the stores right now. They're offering discounts. You want to look at it a little bit? They're saying seller of discretionary goods. Anyway, you can guys just go look at this.
Discretionary spending is falling off a cliff.
Yeah. So if you guys go look, so this might be goods for you guys.
What we've been saying.
I know we've been saying.
It's all coming together
Yep.
now. And we've been saying it. We were saying this, and people were mocking.
2 years ago.
People had other YouTube channels that were mocking what I was saying, what a lot of us were saying. And now we're here, and they're quiet as a mouse peeing on cotton. You know, it's like they just kind of fade away. Like you don't ever get any. Nobody ever says, "Hey, you know, you were right about that," or, you know, I said this and I was wrong. You know, you don't get any of that. So guys, just hang in there. You know your convictions. You know, I don't really consider us preppers. I just consider us getting ready for the future. I guess preparing. I guess that's as soon as you think of prepper, you think of, you know, bug out bag and a place in the woods, a bug out shack or whatever. That's really not what we're doing.
That's not who we are.
We're just prepping financially,
Yeah.
and with food, and we're trying to give all the news we can come up with to try to show people what's coming, because it absolutely is. There's no way around it. It looks like they're fixing to, if they come out, if Corn Pop does what he says with this new variant and the snake spit and all that, it is going to crush this economy. The economy cannot live what?
Can I just say something? Somebody said, my grandpa used to say, rat peeing on a cotton. Grandmother used to say that. You guys give us the sayings. This is funny as all that. Have you said that before?
I just said it now.
Oh, he just said that? Okay. What he's saying, keep going.
My grandfather taught me. I've got a lot of them. But anyway, it will crush this economy, and we're not going to be able to come back as they're raising interest rates. And this is part of the plan to pull. See, you vote with your money. I say this often, so if you guys heard this before, bear with me. When they pull the markets back, it leaves everybody vulnerable. They no longer have the option to vote with their money because they don't have any. So that's part of it. That's how you push people, by taking away. So you're pushing them into tiny houses.
Yep.
You're pushing them in, and they're making them cool and look, you know, these are great and they're green. It's a scam. There's a lot of scams. And
there's a lot of scams with gold and silver, you guys, too.
Yeah, but the green scam, the climate, all this stuff that we're getting fed, and now I think there's something coming home to roost that people have been forced to take. And now they're going to start blaming the people that have not taken it, as people really start to die off from who knows what, either or. What if they got it, they don't got it, if they had, you know, they're going to start pushing people. And I kind of think the next variant is going to be said to affect children. That's how they're really going to, you know how they made you feel if you didn't wear your mask or you didn't, you know, act a certain way. You're a bad person. They're going to bad person you down. And it's just going to be the great separation. It might be a civil war. I really hope not. I hope we miss that whole thing. But we've got a couple wars. We've got some thunder rolling in too. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But that's it. I was just...
No, I agree with what you're saying.
It's getting kind of serious.
It is. It is. Well,
we try to make light of a lot of things and give you the news, but it's really starting to to heat up.
Well, so we try not to be what they call fear mongers. And we try to like keep it light. And I talked to somebody about that the other day, and we try to bring solutions and all that. But it's coming back once again, where you're hearing about the mask or have to come back and all that kind of stuff, and you're hearing about the different things that are going to have to come back. And that's what we're dealing with right now. And I don't know. I'll give you one more article though. And so Amazon's right now, they're not going to start doing free returns. Just so you guys know, heads up. If you do Amazon, and a lot of times if you do returns, they're not going to be free anymore. They're going to start charging you for the returns. Everything is getting more expensive. I think that's the end of the day, what we're talking about. You got things when you go to the grocery store, you've got gas, you've got oil, you've got everything that you're looking at right now. And I did some research the other day about how prices. And everything is more expensive. So all the companies are having to compensate in some way. And Amazon that's one of the ways that they're doing is they're saying no more free returns. You're going to be charged at least $1. So heads up if you return on Amazon. But
this person was right. She said,
I know it goes by so fast you can't see them.
They're going to blame the people that didn't partake in the programs.
That is true. That's what they did last time. They tried to.
I'm probably going to have to make a separate video. Maybe I can say
Rumble.
this where you don't. I have a feeling there's a reason why this product is not on YouTube, why people aren't talking about it, because you go over to Rumble and it's everywhere. But the stuff you put in your pool, the most common chemical that goes in the pool, and then dioxide after that. When we went to the red pill, we'll call it CD. People were talking about it and how it was able to clean out things that you might have been coerced to do. It kills the bad bacteria and helps the good. And I'm pretty leery about anything that, cures a cure-all. Any kind of cure-all, just take a drop of this. What I'm noticing is the real cures are cheap. The real cures, Pharmacia does not want you to know about. A couple of bottles of this stuff's about $40, and it's probably enough to last you a lifetime. And I'm not sure. I got another email from YouTube that said I couldn't talk about anything that talked about the cure for, I don't even want to say it, I'm so gun shy, but cancer. You can't talk about any kind of thing that doesn't go along with Pharmacia on that. No natural remedies, that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure why I got that straight from YouTube. It's like, so what can I talk about? It's really getting old, and I want you guys to look into that. The stuff that goes into a pool, dioxide, and research it. Let me know what you think. I'm sure that the algorithms will pick it up and they'll hate me for it, but it's important.
Well, Mama J just said, and she comments a lot. I've seen her many times on here. She said the photographer on the sidelines at our high school football Friday night had on a, on the face, right out in the open air.
I'm pretty sure you can say mask.
So I don't know.
That's fine if they want to wear a mask. So be it. Look, I'm not. I used to get kind of mad at people riding a bicycle wearing a mask, or riding in a car by themselves with a mask, or on a balcony by themselves with a mask. It's like you really just want to slap them, right? But it's okay. That's their choice. They've swallowed the blue pill. They don't want to know reality. They just want to. They have this. What's that thing that happens when people get abused by a certain person and they feel this kind of attachment and love to them?
Oh, I know.
Somebody
what you're
put that
about.
in the comments.
It is. It's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh man, it's where somebody gets abused and somebody will fill me in. Anyway, that's
it's a
where they're
connection
at.
they have.
Yeah, and that's where people are at within the government. And
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. That's it.
Thank you. That's it.
They think the government's here to help, and whatever they say is gospel, and they would never do anything to hurt me. That is exactly what they want to do. They want less people on the planet, and they're going to get there through medicine. That's exactly what Bill Gates said. But, and he didn't say medicine, but he says in order to reduce a population, you have to make them healthy. Now, that doesn't make any sense.
And to make them healthy, you have to get vaccines.
Does that make any sense? Why would that reduce the population if everybody was healthy and felt good? That would make me want to procreate and build and go and do and, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So what they're saying and what they're doing is two different things. There's no way around it. This next deal is the new variant, the new shutdown, the new Biden. It's hard to tell what he says because he mumbles like a moron. He's so brain dead, it's sickening that he's even in. It's sickening he's even in there. He's a career politician, and I despise that. But what he was saying was, we're going to make them do it. We're going to, we're kind of thinking about making it. I'm not sure, but it was real. Yeah, we're gonna make sure you get that. So just be careful. That's what I'm saying. I don't care what kind of medicine you guys take. Just think through it. And I will say this, don't take any run death is near. If you know what that is. That's what was killing a bunch of people. And it rhymes with medicine. You guys know. You done?
I'm listening to you. You got on a soapbox tonight.
Yeah,
And I love it.
no. I just, I know the phone's like
Just get
this.
fired
It's
up.
very intimate.
Yeah. Well, it's nice talking to you guys tonight on the second video that we tried to
On
do
the second
tonight.
video. Guys, thank you for being here. Have a blessed day.
Actually, can I read a scripture real quick?
Yeah, I'd love to.
So I was going to start it off with that. We kind of got sidetracked. You guys, so I want to talk about this real quick because I told Chris, I said, I did not realize Jesus actually spoke these words. And you can believe the Bible, whatever you want to believe. We always used to laugh if you guys did Bible. We used to do as kids, we used to say, we would have to quote Bible verses. And of course, everybody would say, Jesus wept, because that was the best one. You could get away with that one.
Granddad used to give $1
Yeah.
to everybody that could say a scripture.
Jesus wept
That
was
was
the
very
best.
popular.
But that's talking about Lazarus. And he actually wept when he got to the tomb and he realized Lazarus had passed because he actually had a relationship with Mary and Martha. And he said, remove the stone. And then he raised his eyes and he said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. And then he said, I know that you have always heard me. But because of the people standing around, I'm going to say it basically out loud so that they will believe that you have sent me. And I told Chris, I'm like, that kind of really struck home with me because he said, God always hears us. But he said it out loud so that people would believe him. So anyway, that kind of struck home with me when I was reading it. But anyway.
That's cool. And Lazarus had been dead for a while.
4 days.
He stank.
4 days.
Yeah. But I guess, God can do anything. All right, guys. Have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one. Later.